Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round number 3 of the 2020 Porsche Super Cup as we are here at the Hockenheimring in northeastern Germany. Yes, Porsche Super Cup, it becomes the first tier to visit the Hockenheimring this season. Obviously we will have Formula 2 and Formula 1 at this track in the coming days as well. We're here for 18 minutes of qualifying, and we have got, we have got a few cars already out on track. In the commentary today, it is me, the commentator Miram, and I am actually going solo today. Jamie is not here with me, which feels like the first time in ages I've actually done solo commentary. But yeah, you'll enjoy me live and uninterrupted. Yeah, this track then. We will go through it. So, the Hockenheimring Baden-Württemberg, as it is named, after the region in which it is located. It's situated near the Rhine Valley, near the town of Hockenheim. The track was opened in 1932, marking this year as the 101st year of the track's existence, and the original layout was about 12 kilometers long, and it was nicknamed the Dreieckskurs, which means the triangle course in German. It saw no action during World War II, obviously, due to a lot of damage from tanks and whatnot, but the track was rebuilt after the war, and Grand Prix motorcycle racing was present at the track since 1954. F1 would come here for the first time in 1970, and it were hosted intermittently all the way up until 2019, swapping places with the other famous German track, the Nürburgring. But yeah, it's seen a lot of racing action with many different series over the years, most notably DTM, all the way from 2000 has run here. Then you've got stuff like the World Sports Car Championship, Formula 2, Formula 3, the 24-hour series, and even Rallycross comes here. The World RX of Hockenheim used to be a staple of this track, but this layout, which has remained unchanged since 2002, is 4.5 kilometers long. It is 17 turns long, 17 turns, and we should expect lap times somewhere about the 140s as the times are coming in on the board now. Jake Tilsley will be the fastest man out of the three. Henry J. Brown will take the provisional fastest spot then away from the Brit. But this track, obviously, situated near the Rhine River, making it one of the tracks on the Porsche Super Cup calendar with the least elevation. This track barely has any at all. It is a very, very flat track, but it has got a lot of high speed and a lot of challenging corners. Obviously, this track was far more faster in its previous years. Obviously, it was redesigned in 2002, as I did previously mention, but the previous layout used to run through the forests of Hockenheim, though it doesn't do that anymore. But the times are coming in at the moment. There's Gabriel Gomez, who's currently gone fastest with a 1:46.139 ahead of Huang Min Nguyen in second and Rubinho Gonzalez in third. There's Jonathan Lawson across the line. Aaron Curtis up into second with a 1:46.263. There's Nick Tander in the other Lechner car. It's P7 for the Australian at the moment. Yuta Horigome looking a bit better now as he is up into second. As Pongshanok Xiaoshainat in the Martinet goes up into ninth. Waiting for 5 more cars across the line, or 4 I should say. As Koloman Rus goes across the line, about 100th faster than Gomez to go on to provisional pole at the moment. Axel Socke across the line, 4th for the Norwegian. Smith, Juma, and Zhukauskas all currently in the bottom 3 as they all set their laps, and Alex Luan be the final man across the line, and currently he is slowest out of the bunch. So with 14 minutes to go and all the times on the board, Koloman Rus, the Slovakian, is currently fastest, from Gabriel Gomez in second and Yuto Horigome in third. So nice stuff from Koloman Rus. And Horigome in third. Things might be looking a bit better for the Japanese Super Formula talent. We'll see how things will go for him. Obviously, with 14 minutes to go, there's still a lot of room for improvement for all the drivers in the session. Previous race winner Jake Tildesley, currently down in 8th. Rubino Gonzalez improves, and up into 6th goes the Spaniard ahead of Huang Min Nguyen. But Gomez then is going to go across the line. Let's see if the Brazilian will be able to improve. He does improve, and he goes up into provisional pole with a 146 flat for the number 2 Lechner car. Very, very nice. I do think we're going to see the 146 times breach, though. I think we're eventually going to be able to get into the 145s without issue. All it's going to take is one good lap from any of these drivers. And speaking of, just as I do say that, Yuto Horigome now goes on to provisional pole with a 145.975. He becomes the first man to go into the 145s. So yeah, nice stuff from Yuto. As there goes Axel Socki into second place. Very well done from the Norwegian, as he's up into second ahead of Gabriel Gomez. Not quite the pole for him just yet, as he's about a 10th behind Horigome at the moment, but still a good effort. There's Alex Luan across the line. Up into 14th goes Luan. He is behind Michael Valek at the moment, who is currently outside of the top 10, the man who has finished in the points in these first 2 races. Will be wanting to do it again, obviously, to keep his championship fight alive, as he is tied with Tildesley at the top of the timing, or not the top of the timing sheets, but the top of the championship table, both tied on 27 points at the moment. So it's basically just going to take finishing ahead for any one of those two to be able to secure the championship lead. So Luan rounds the hairpin. It's going to head down into turn number 7 as Gabriel Gomez improves, and the Brazilian goes back up into second with a 146 dead completely. But on board with Alex Luan through turn 10, and then going to head into turn number 11, Mobile 1. Another fast left-hander. 5/10 off there in the middle sector. See if he's going to be able to improve as Yuto Horigome comes into the pit lane through Zax. Turn number 12. And then through the turn 13 and 14 chicane. And then only the 2 final corners to go as Axel Socki improves. But through turn 15 and then through the final corner, the Sudkurve, turn number 16, to go across the line. And let's see what Luan will be able to pull off. If he's going to be able to pull off any improvement. And he does! A very nice improvement as the Vietnamese driver goes up into 10th. Nice stuff from Alex Luan with a 146.674. They'll see him improve and get himself ahead of his teammate Fengxian Chao Shine out there in 13th. So he will be very happy about that. 10 minutes to go then. Yuto Horigome still holds the provisional pole spot, but by no less than not even 300ths of a second from Gabriel Gomez in second, as Horigome currently is the only man to get into the 145s for the time being. As Luan soldiers on his lap, heading into turn 7 once again. Gabriel Gomez comes into the pits too. I would presume this is the in lap for Luan as well, so we'll wait for when he is going to come in as well. No major improvements though, apart from this one at the moment. Most improvements have been at the top 5, so We'll see if anyone else is going to be able to at least breach into the top 5 for in later stages of the session. One man, obviously, who will be aiming to do that will be Luan, who scored very big points last time out at Paul Ricard. He'll be wanting to do it again, obviously, after his P5 finish. Hwang Min Nguyen, who, on the contrary, went pointless at Paul Ricard, is looking to get himself into the points again here, as he's going to go across the line. And Nguyen does improve, and up into 6th he goes once again, ahead of Rubinho Gonzalez. Nice stuff from the man in the MRS GT Racing team. But he will be quickly sent out back to 7th, as Jake Tildesley in the his MRS GT teammate will go up into P6, try and keep his championship fight alive. Speaking of championship fight, Mihail Valiak, his closest championship rival at the moment, up into 9th and into the points, so things looking a bit better for Valiak then. So we'll see if he's going to be able to improve further to try and get himself ahead of Tildesley, because the Croatian will be needing it. Behind him, Erki Nyt, the Estonian, improves, but he stays in 10th for the time being. But in 11th, Jokubas Zukauskas is now taking that position, as the Lithuanian is about a 10th off from his fellow Baltic driver, Erki Nyt, in 10th. Nick Tanner does improve, however, he does stay in 14th for the time being. Aiden Smith, who currently stands in 16th, obviously, after his first HCOC podium, will be wanting to get back up into the top 10, but unfortunately, he is not able to get up there at the moment. He's down in 17th, as Khalfan Juma goes up into 10th. Nice stuff from the Lechner Racing Middle East driver. Car obviously decorated in the red, white, black, and green of the Emirati flag, as Hwang Min Nguyen now up in 3rd. Very good lap from the Vietnamese driver, and MRS GT Racing looking very, very good at the moment, as Jake Tildesley does improve, however he stays in 7th. At the moment, only marginal improvement for the Brit, who is now chasing for the championship for the first ever time in his career. Mihail Valiak, minute improvement for the Croatian as well. He's 1,000th of a second off Rubinho Gonzalez, his former teammate in Porsche Supercup at the moment. So Valiak will unfortunately have to stay in 9th. He's going to be down to 10th though, as Fongchanok Chaoshina, out of absolutely nowhere, gets himself into the top 10 with a 1:46.269. He is up into 8th. What a lap for Fongchanok Chaoshina, and the Thai driver will be very happy about that, as now one Martin car is in the points. Chaoshina pushes on for another lap. 200ths off Horigome in the middle, in the first sector, so we'll see if he's going to be able to carry on that through the second and the third sectors, obviously, though it is a very, very tough ask, as we do know. Henry J. Brown does improve up into 15th, as there goes Khalfan Juma, and up into provisional pole goes the Emirati driver with a 1:45.893. We talked about how that lap seemed unbeatable, but Khalfan Juma has done it, and it's P1 for him, 1:45.893. That's almost a 10th faster than Yuta Horigome. What a lap! And with 5 minutes to go, Juma is looking very, very good at the moment, as Hwang Min Nguyen is gonna go up into 2nd, and he beats Yuta Horigome as well by 0.02 of a second, the slightest improvement over the Japanese driver, and in only the span of seconds, we have a brand new top 2 on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, it's happened. Aiden Smith with a 1:45.951. Great lap, as we have improvements left, right, and center. Mihail Valiak's up into 11th. Or 8th. Luan is up into 11th, my apologies. But Valiak up into 8th, and now only one position behind Jake Tildesley. But now things are really kicking off. Chaoshina is back up into 8th now, as he takes it away from Mihail Valiak. Now, rapid fire improvements here, as Chaoshina is only 100th away, just over 100th of a second from Jake Tilsley. So very well done from Functional South China. But the question is, will Jumas time be definite? I definitely don't think so, as we're gonna have a lot of times coming in on the board. But very well done from Aiden Smith, it has to be said. As South China's gonna head into the hairpin. See if he's gonna be able to do anything here. As Rubinho Gonzalez was 6th at one point. Really goes to show what no improvements can do in a constantly changing field. He's down to P13 now, which is yeah, safe to say. Spaniard won't be too happy about that. It's just gonna have to hope to get an improvement in. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. It is definitely probable, as everyone is out on track at the moment. Bar Khalfan Juman, speaking of, he's been dethroned by none other than Huang Min Nguyen. This man has been absolutely on fire today, setting improvement after improvement, and it has paid off as he goes on to provisional pole with a 1:45.881. Great stuff from Huang Min Nguyen, but he's quickly dethroned by none other than the Irishman Aiden Smith, who sets a 1/10th personal improvement to go on to provisional pole with 3 minutes to go. I can barely hold my breath here, as we have no idea who's going to get on to provisional pole. We're getting improvement after improvement. Absolutely insane scenes here at Porsche Super Cup, as Functional Chow China goes up into 6th. I wouldn't say discount him out for the pole here as well, as we have 2 minutes and 30 to go. Aiden Smith, for the first time in his career, is now on provisional pole, as Gabriel Gomez is now going to be his turn to take provisional pole with a 1:45.746. Absolutely smashes the pole time with a 10th improvement over Aiden Smith, and things have now swung in the Brazilian's favor. Oh, and I need a bit of breathing room here, as they're all the way going up into 5th. It is Nick Tander to bring both BWT Lechner racing cars into the top 5, and things are really heating up now as Tander throws himself into the mix here. The man who already has been on pole once in his career, all the way back in 2018, will be wanting to do it again through the middle sector. He's at 10th off his teammate Gomez at the moment. Nguyen improves. It's not enough for pole, but it is enough to get himself ahead of Aiden Smith for 2nd and onto the front row at the moment. As Tilsley and Curtis are into the pit lane, so they've called it quits. Jake Tilsley is not looking good for him, but he's just going to have to hope that his teammate Mihail Valyak doesn't improve. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Huang Min Nguyen improving in the first sector. He's up on Gomez's pole time in the first sector, so we'll see if he's going to be able to improve. Chow Shinot does improve and up into 6th. The Thai driver will go ahead of Yuto Horigome by about under 1/100th of a second. As they're all the way up into 2nd. What a lap for Jokuba Zukauskas, as the Lithuanian rocket all the way up into 2nd. Where did that lap come from? Either way, great lap from Zukauskas, and in the dying stage of qualifying, the Lithuanian goes up into 2nd. Great stuff from him, really well done from Zukauskas, and that could be the Lithuanians, potentially the Lithuanians' first or second points scoring appearance in Porsche Super Cup, as Henry J. Brown now goes up into 6th, and this could swing the championship in his favor, considering he's only 2 points off Tilsley and Valak at the moment. The checker flag's out. Koloman Rus goes across the line. The man who was on pole 15 minutes ago is going to start in P15, but he does not improve. What about Aiden Smith, currently in 4th? The man who has been doing very, very well at the moment. Coming around the final corner. Let's see if Aiden Smith will be able to improve as he goes across the line. Is the pole for Smith? No, it's only 3rd for Aiden Smith as he goes ahead of Huang Min Nguyen. Still a very, very good effort. What about Alex Luan as he goes across the line? No, it's no improvement for Alex Luan. Unfortunately, the Vietnamese driver will only start in 16th. What about the Norwegian Axel Socki as he goes across the line. Socki does not improve. What about Chaushine in 8th, who has been rapidly improving? He does improve, but unfortunately it's not enough to lift him out of 8th. What about Khalfan Juma? Juma up into 3rd. Very good stuff for Khalfan Juma, the Emirati talent who has not been able to score a podium. As we see the 2 dynamic motorsport cars come into the podium. It's Curtis, followed by Gonzalez. As we're now looking at Jonathan Lawson all the way down at 18th. Bit of a shame for Lawson, the Norwegian, who obviously is doing the stand-in drive for Alexander Arnold at the moment, as he's going to come around the final corner. What could potentially be his last qualifying here, as he's going to come around the final corner, and Jonathan Lawson, unfortunately, cannot lift himself out of last place. As that is qualifying done and dusted, and it is going to be Gabriel Gomez's second pole position in Porsche Supercup, as he is on pole here at Hockenheim. So very, very well done from Gabriel Gomez, once again proving that he has got it. Also, no, sorry, I got it wrong. This is Gomez's first pole, but it's not the first time that he's tasted the P1 spot. So let's go through the starting grid then before lights out for the Porsche Supercup race here at the Hockenheimring. And it is Gabriel Gomez starting on pole position, and accompanying him on the front row it is Jokubas Zukauskas. A very, very good qualifying for the Lithuanian in 2nd. Khalfan Juma will start 3rd with Aidan Smith in P4. Smith looking to continue his podium streak, as Hwangmin Nguyen will start in 6th with Henry J. Brown in 6th position. Nguyen is 5th. Apologies for that. Tander will start in 7th with Function of Chaushine out in 8th, and then you have Yuto Horigom in 9th with Rubino Gonzalez rounding out the top 10. Axel Socki will line up 11th with Jake Tillisley. Lot to do for the Brit as he lines up in 12th. Aaron Curtis will be 13th with Michael Valyak in 14th. Colmar Rose is 15th, followed by the Vietnamese driver of Alex Luan in 16th, and the final 2 cars on the grid will be Erkut Nytt in the Team GP Elite and his teammate Jonathan Lawson in 18th. But enough talking, let's go down to the grid as we're here. Gabriel Gomez is on pole position as we have 6 lights here at Hockenheim. And we're underway here at the Hockenheimring. Looks to be a good getaway for Gabriel Gomez. Not as much for Zukauskas though. Is Juma going to be able to swing it around the outside heading into turn number 1? No, he isn't. But there is Aidan Smith who's having a look on the inside line. But I think he's been compromised on exit. Could that be Nguyen and Tander trying to get past the Irishman? Nguyen's going to be there, or sorry, that's Tander on the outside line. It's Jama. It's going to be on the inside line. Zukauskas trying to get up into 2nd, but Gomez leads without issue as Smith is defending 4th then from Nick Tander. There's Khalfan Juma going to try on the inside line into the hairpin on Jokubas Zukauskas as the 2 are going to go wheel to wheel. Is Juma close enough to succeed with the overtake, as Tander there behind is going to try to line up a move on Smith, but he isn't close enough. But Khalfan Juma on the inside line should have the overlap now heading out of the corner, and he is ahead. No, not quite. Zukauskas defends the outside line. Juma has the better inside line, and thus Khalfan Juma will be into P2 as Zukauskas jumps at the curb. Khalfan Juma up into P2, take a bow. As there is the 2 championship leaders battling with each other. Tillisley getting Michael Valyak for 1 point, and that could be the deciding factor for the championship lead outcome, as Valyak is going to hang it on the inside line, very, very close between the 2, as we're going to head into the Zaks Curva. It's going to be Tillisley on the inside line. Valak's going to swing it around the outside. Tillisley does not get the best of exits, as through the chicane they will go, and Valyak gets it. Great battle between the 2, as Yuto Horigome is in 12th with Axel Socki in 13th at the moment. There is Hwang Min Nguyen at the moment chasing down Nick Tander, as Tander, who was trying to be on the offense there in the first few laps, he's now facing pressure from the Vietnamese driver Hwang Min Nguyen, who looks to be on for another good point scoring position. Hello, excuse me. I had to attend to a matter, but immediately we're going on with the racing as Michael Valek's going to attack Jake Tiddleston down the inside into the hairpin as the two go wheel to wheel. And side by side then heading out of the hairpin as well down into turn number 7. Valyak is going to have the inside line heading through the corner, but is that the right one? I do think it is, because heading into Mercedes turn number 8, Tillisley's going to go over the curb, and that is going to give Valyak the overspeed that he needs, and through the chicane he goes, and he gets it done on Jake Tillisley. No, he's still there on the outside line as they're going to go side by side through Mobile 1, and Tillisley turns it around as he goes up into P10 and gets past his championship rival Michael Valyak. What a battle between the two. As there's Yuto Horigoma in the background who tried to attack Valyak and all that. Unfortunately, I think he did lose a bit of momentum through Zach's corner as Gabriel Gomez now sets the fastest lap of the race. 1:45.167. As everyone is now in this little train behind Valyak at the moment, or I wouldn't say train, but a lot of cars still very, very closely packed together. Yuto Horigome trying to line up a move on Michael Valyak as we speak, though he isn't able to find any successes just yet, but I do definitely think he's going to have a very good shot at trying it into the hairpin. We're looking at Valyak's former teammate, Rubinho Gonzalez. He's chasing down Functionok Chow Shynat for 8th position at the moment. Will he try a cheeky move on the inside line? It's getting close, but no cigar for Rubinho Gonzalez just yet, as he is going to have to wait a bit more. There's the battle for P17 at the moment. Holoman Rust versus Jonathan Lawson as Michael Valyak trying to line up a move on Jake Tillisley heading through turn 7. He is closing in on him, but I don't think he's close enough to try anything just yet. Either way, though, great battle we're having for the championship at the moment. But as things stand, Gabriel Gomez will take the lead of the championship if Valyak and Tillisley will only battle for 10th, if I am not mistaken, obviously. But heading through Zach's, Valyak trying to close in as best as he can. He's going to want another shot at doing it probably next lap. I do definitely think he will. It looks very, very close to the back of Jake at the moment, as Gomez sets yet another fast lap. This man is absolutely flying today. 2/10 faster than Khalfan Juma on that previous lap. And Gabriel Gomez is absolutely enjoying himself right now. And heading down through into turn number 3, there's Axel Socki chasing down the less experienced Yuto Horigome through turn number 3. Runs a bit wide, and that could compromise his run, unfortunately, as there in the background is Alex Luan trying a bit of an experiment, trying to experiment with his lines there as he tries to have a look on Aaron Curtis. We're looking at Curtis' teammate though, Rubinho Gonzalez, once again heading into the hairpin. Is he going to be close enough to Function Chow Shynat? No, he's going to have to stay behind the man from Thailand at the moment, not before running a bit wide through the hairpin. But there, the battle for P14 as Alex Luan's going to swing it round the outside, heading out of the hairpin. Is he going to get it done into turn 7? Curtis still hangs on the inside line, but no, not a lot Aaron can do as he has a look on the outside, and a clean move for, or no, sorry, I'm looking at the completely wrong thing. That was Curtis onto Axel Socki. I apologize. But yeah, Axel Socki defended from Curtis. Both have white on them. But no, Luan, speaking of which, is still on the back of Curtis. So we could actually see that battle coming to fruition in the following minutes, most definitely. As Curtis wasn't able to succeed with his move on Axel Socki for 13th. Looking at Rubinho Gonzalez once again. Spaniard currently sits as 8th in the championship standings. Has scored points in every single race so far, and will be wanting to keep that trend up, obviously. As there is Jorge Goma chasing his first points in Porsche Supercup at the moment, as he is chasing down joint championship leader Michael Valjak at the moment for P11. Jorge Goma doing a bit more alright this time around, as he is challenging for the points paying positions. Still though a long race to go, so yeah, don't count him out for points. As heading into the hairpin, Jorge Goma following Valjak. Everyone in this little train stretching all the way to Jake Tilsley. There's Coleman Russ having a look on the inside line of Jonathan Lawson for 17th. As I don't think he's close enough to Lawson gets the better run heading out of the corner, and thus Coleman Russ will unfortunately have to stay behind and in the position that nobody wants. There's Hwangmin Nguyen as he heads through Sachs, chasing down Smith for 4th, as Aidan Smith has built a quite large gap to Jokubas Kauskas in 3rd at the moment. The top 5 is very, very spread out at the moment, which is kind of weird to see in Porsche Supercup. Usually we have a lot of close battles, but yeah, it's strange to see as Gabriel Gomez once again sets the fast lap of the race. That man is absolutely flying away at the moment with the race lead, and it is very nice to see for Gomez. Heading into turn 3, Hwangmin Nguyen getting close to Smith, as he was able to get past Nick Tander a few laps earlier, I do believe. Must have missed that. But 5/10 the gap at the moment, and it will close in as he's going to have the helping hand of the slipstream. Heading down this little high-speed section, but into the hairpin. Nguyen is not close enough, late on the brakes, but he really isn't able to close up much through the hairpin. So now we head down into turn number 7, cars flying past. Obviously, Min will be wanting to get as many points as possible to lift himself up in his championship. Currently sits 11th with only 1 point finish to his name, which was at Tuscany. So obviously he'll be wanting to do it again. Nguyen obviously in tier 3 last season, back when he was E, finished 14th, but with 0 podiums to his name, so he will be looking to change that stat this season. Obviously, the man who has competed in tier 3 of the ACOC all the way back since 2017, but he has obviously only 1 win to his name, and that was in tier 4 in DTM, in which he was able to amass 1 victory, which was at the Misano round, where he won from pole position. That currently remains his only podium, pole, and win in his career. But I'm very sure that the man from Vietnam is looking to change that around. We've got a lot of DTM guys in the field, obviously. Hwangmin Nguyen, and not to discount Henry J. Brown as well, who finished 1 point ahead of him in that DTM season. You've got Aaron Curtis, and I think Erkin as well, who finished P6 that season. But yeah, all those 3 are in tier 3 at the moment. The rest have gone on to greener pastures or race in other series. As Chow Shynut chases down Henry J. Brown for 7th. Brown, who is struggling to keep up with Tander in 6th at the moment. Chow Shynut will be wanting to go on the offense now and try and get past the Portuguese man. Gomez has the fastest lap of the race then, 1:44.889. He's finally breaching the 1:44. This man, great pace at the moment as he leads by 2.4 seconds from qualifying Joma in Porsche Supercup standards. That is absolutely incredible. It's very reminiscent of Cameron Cole's performance at the first ever PSC race last season at Sepang, where it won by an absolutely incredible amount. But yeah, we'll see if he will be able to keep cap forever, or if Juma is saving up those tires, because I do know, or I would guess that his dominance will not last forever in this race. So yeah, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because we could still have a battle for the lead on our hands. As Horigome runs a bit wide, it looked like. Axel Socki with a tighter line could, I think, try to close in on him, as we're looking at Hwang Min Nguyen, who's actually fallen behind Aiden Smith now. He's actually not gaining any time. He's losing time on the Irishman, in fact. And this will spell good news for Nicky Tander, who has now closed in on Nguyen at the moment. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen. Through the Sudkurve they will go. Tander looking poised to strike, I have to say. Especially on this lap, he's going to have a really good shot at trying. I'd say to the hairpin, the main overtaking spot of the track. But yeah, as the Australian pursues the Vietnamese driver into turn 3, or turn 2 this is. Not able to do anything just yet, getting very, very close. Under braking though, as they're now going to head down what is technically turn number 5, called the Parabolica. But I do like to count this as a bit of a straight. But Tander, very, very close then, heading into the hairpin. Is he going to try anything as they head into the braking zone? No, Tander is not close enough just yet to Hwang Min Nguyen. So Min will be safe for at least one more lap, as they will be breathing a sigh of relief, as Tander was not able to, surprisingly, was not able to close in through turn 5. But yeah, thus Nguyen will stay in his position. But for Tander though, it's gonna be about being patient and being consistent. That is the key to winning in Porsche Supercup. As we do know, consistency is always key. As through the chicane they go, and through the final couple of corners, you got Henry J. Brown there behind, obviously, who is actually catching up to Nick Tander. So his efforts to catch up to these two have actually succeeded. So he could now be involved in this battle for P5. So that could be very interesting to see how it is going to play out. As we now have 10 laps to go, time has flown by quickly. We're now going to head through the Parabolica once again. It's going to be prime opportunity for Tander to try and close in on Nguyen. It's not in the slipstream though. I think he tried to have a look on the inside line, but that meant he lost the slipstream. So Tander, in no way, is going to be able to try and move from there. So stay behind. We're looking at Axel Socki chasing down Yuto Horigome for 12th at the moment. Nothing going on just yet though. Drivers trying to be a bit strategic with tire wear and whatnot. So I don't think we're going to have a lot of moves in these coming laps. But do definitely think it is going to spice itself up in the final laps we always have seen in previous Porsche Supercup races. Gabriel Gomez, another fastest lap for him. Very, very nicely done. Still leads by 2.5 seconds, so yeah. Gomez keeping the gap consistent. His teammate Nick Tanner obviously will be wanting to accompany him up there, but at the moment he just seems to be struggling to get past Hwang Min Nguyen at the moment, which is it's a shame for him, as there might be a move there on the inside line. Rubino Gonzalez was having a look on functional Chow Shynot, but I don't think he's close enough, and he isn't. So Gonzalez will have to stay behind for the time being, but the Spaniard is trying to make up positions here. As we approach lap 13 and 21, and guess who set the fast lap of the race again? It is Gabriel Gomez, if you could not have guessed that. But yeah, the Brazilian, I have to say, this is the race of his life at the moment, and he should be set to take his second Porsche Supercup win. But I don't want to jinx anyone, obviously. As we're looking at Alex Luwan in P15 at the moment, chasing down Aaron Curtis at the moment, whom he has been stuck behind for quite a while now. We'll see if anything will be changing there later on. As there's Jake Tillersley having a look online. He really tried it. It was a desperate launch from the Brit, but didn't work for him either way. Guess you can applaud him for at least trying to go for it, but yeah, guess he's just trying to make himself known there. Into Zach's Corvette, as here, wow, look at this. Here's an interesting battle, as Aiden Smith has caught up to Jakubas Zukauskas. Zukauskas, I don't know what's happened to the Lithuanian, but he has massively off the pace, and Smith is going to take full advantage of this, as he is now on the back of the Lithuanian, and suddenly we have the battle for P3 ongoing now. This is going to get very, very interesting then, as Smith will be looking to strike on the Lithuanian in these coming couple of corners and through turn 3. You can see how it looks so close, but I don't think he's got a very good exit out of the corner though, as then through Parabolica is going to want to get the move done into the hairpin, obviously, as we're going to see now. He is gaining at the moment, but I don't know if he is close enough at the moment. And into the hairpin, and yep, Smith is not close enough, so I feel like the same story might go on there. But Nguyen and Tander have actually caught up to the pack there, so they might get involved in that as well. As we're looking a bit further down the field at the moment, Erkin Nyt, the Estonian number 25 Team GP Elite car at the moment, chasing down Alex Luwan for 15th. Nyt who hasn't scored a lot of points in these first two races, will go pointless once again, but obviously did score good points at France. Shame though to see him outside of the points once again though. Still very, very close to Zukaushkas at the moment. Aiden Smith, as you can see through turn one there, he almost went into the back of him, was that close. So he's going to have to distance himself here. He's not actually got the greatest of runs. Could Hwang Min Nguyen try some? Having a look on the inside line, no, but he is going to pressurize the Irishman as we have a three-way battle for P3 at the moment between Jokubas Zukauskas, Aiden Smith, and Hwang Min Nguyen. Heading into the hairpin then, who is going to be close enough to line up an overtake? I don't think any one of these three will be close enough to each other, actually. And heading into the hairpin, yeah, no one is close enough, as I think Nguyen ran a bit wide there. Could that allow Nick Tander to try and get P5 away from the Vietnamese driver? Maybe. Through the Mercedes chicane, Tander gap still remains the same as it was a few laps earlier to Hwang Min Nguyen. Either way though, as I previously did say, it is all about being patient. Same goes for this young man, Aiden Smith, chasing down Jokubas Zukauskas. Zukauskas being put in a very big defense situation. I don't think he's ever been in a situation like this before, so he must be feeling the pressure, but it's going to be all about staying cool for him as well. As Gabriel Gomez, one man who is staying cool as ice at the moment. 3 seconds between him and Khalfan Juma at the moment. Gomez is absolutely flying. As we head into turn 3, Smith very close under braking. He's going to try to get a good run, but Hwang Min Nguyen behind could try and throw a spanner in the works for the Irishman. So we'll see what is going to happen here as Nguyen closes in on Aiden Smith. He's getting very, very close, gaps under 4/10. But no, Nguyen is not close enough. Looking at Aiden Smith then, who's still chasing down Zukauskas. Realistically, P3 is going to be, if Smith does get ahead for P3, that is going to be what the Irishman will have to settle for, considering the gap between P3 and P2 is 10.7 seconds, and it is just constantly building the more time Aiden spent behind Zukauskas at the moment. And even then, it is not going to be an easy P3. He's not going to run away with it, considering he's going to have people like Nguyen and Tander to defend from. And through turn 1 they go. You can see how close Aiden Smith gets, but I don't think he's got a good run though. No, he hasn't got the best of runs heading out of turn 1. That's going to bring Hwang Min Nguyen very, very close to the back of the Team GP Elite car. Question is if Nguyen will be able to do anything heading into turn 6. I wouldn't say so, judging by previous instances, but we'll see if he is going to be able to do anything heading into turn 6 now. And no, none of them are close enough to each other, but there down the inside, Nick Tander from absolutely nowhere, gonna go up and side, Hwang Min Nguyen for P5. That was a lunge from the Australian, but can he make it work as he's gonna be there on the inside line then? But no, Nguyen covers him off heading into Mercedes. But wow, that was a lunge and a half as there goes Tilsley to the inside line of Gonzalez. Nobody goes over the curb, and that is going to compromise his run. Battles have kicked off from absolutely nowhere as Michael Valiak is now gunning to get past the Brit, but he isn't able to get past. But that was a lunge and a half from Nick Tander. Where did that come from? Either way, I think it was more of just a desperate attempt to try and get past. Almost worked though. So hats off to Tander for trying it. As there is Aiden Smith once again trying to do a, maybe you should take a page out of Tander's book, I have to say so, as he heads to turn 2, and it's turn 2 where he just loses massive amounts of time compared to Zukaushkas, and then that ruins his setup for turn 5 and turn 6 and just isn't able to make a move. As we're looking at Robinho Gonzalez, we're going to look back at Aiden Smith though for a second, as we're going to head to turn 6. Not close enough though, and he's going to have to stay behind. As there down the inside goes Jake Tilsley, almost touches with Gonzalez, but he's going to go side by side. Horigo is going to try to Valiak as well as the two will go wheel to wheel. Tilsley and Gonzalez as the Brit will hold the inside line. The two will be side by side heading into the braking zone. Who will be last on the brakes? About equal there as Gonzalez jumps over the curb. Tilsley will get the better run then through the chicane. Tilsley will have the inside line coming out of the chicane as Gonzalez holds the outside line. Is Jake gonna be able to get the move done as we head into Mobile 1? Tilsley has the inside line. Gonzalez gonna swing around the outside. Great battle between the two as we head into the Zax Curva. It's gonna be Rubino Gonzalez on the inside as he goes over the curb. Is that going to give Tilsley the better exit as he runs wide on the curb and through the chicane? Jake Tilsley gets it done for 9th. Great move from him. It's a great battle between the two. Michael Valak has fended off Yuto Horigoma, and he's now looking to do the same thing as Tilsley did and get himself into the points. It's going to have to be a daring overtake though into the hairpin, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do it. As there is Aiden Smith once again. Don't think he's going to be close enough to Zukaushkas this lap either. See if he's going to try anything though into the hairpin. Gets very, very close. Bumps him on the rear there. They make contact, but nothing changes. So Smith overcooking it a bit as Horigome forces Valiak out. Getting a bit dirty there, but Horigome is going to go on the inside line of Michael Valiak as no, he isn't close enough. So nothing happening there then. But Horigome trying to get his elbows out as he's trying to get Valiak for 11. Michael facing pressure from the Japanese driver in his second Porsche Supercup race. Very interesting to see what is going to happen then. So we only have about 3 laps to go now in this race. Things are heating up then. As Gabriel Gomez sets the fast lap of the race. There is Aiden Smith looking at the man 2 positions behind him at the moment, Nick Tander, who might be wanting to try much of the same on Nguyen as he did a few laps previous. As we head through turn 2, Smith getting very, very close, but I feel like we know what's going to happen here. And into the braking zone, he just loses so much time compared to Zukaushkas. Don't know what it is through that corner, but it seems to be real difficult for the guys to follow each other through there. As Valiak is chasing down Rubino Gonzalez for 10th position, he's going to want to try it on the inside line, heading into the hairpin. Jake Tilsley already in the back of Funktionok Chowshanat. He's got a championship to maintain here. Heading into the hairpin, he has a look on the... Taps him on the rear, but Chauchana didn't able to do it. Valyak, though, is going to try it on the inside line. Rubinho Gonzalez, as the two will go side by side. Valyak will hold the inside line just barely. Will Rubinho leave the space into turn 7? Valyak is just about there on the edge, but Gonzalez will hold it ahead. Very good defending from Rubinho Gonzalez, and Michael Valyak will stay at 11th for the time being, unfortunately, as the time is running out for Valyak, the Croatian, to try and get up into the points-paying positions. It is a shame for Valyak, obviously, as we're now on the final lap of the race, or Gomez is at least, as he is about 16 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. But we're going to see the battle on the final lap of the race between Jokubas Lukauskas and Aidan Smith. The final chance for the Irishman to get up into third. We're going to see if he's going to be able to do it, as both, as one is fighting for their first podium, the other one is fighting for their second. Either way, I have to say, Aidan Smith doing quite well for himself in these last two races. Tildesley is looking to chase down Chauchana for 8th, but let's see then, as they're going to head down turn number 5 and then into the hairpin. He is closing by a tiny bit. And into the hairpin we will go. Smith late on the brakes, but there's not a lot he can do, and unfortunately I do think Aidan Smith won't be on the podium, as we're looking at everyone heading into the hairpin. No moves being tried. Doesn't look like it. No, there's Tander. Tander onto Nguyen for 5th, as the two will go side by side. Hwangmin Nguyen is going to be on the inside head. Nguyen just defends it there. Sorry about that, but coming around the final corner after an absolute masterclass, taking his second win in Porsche Supercup, Gabriel Gomez wins in Hockenheim. Vai Gabriel! Well done from the Brazilian, as Khalfan Juma comes second, first podium in Porsche Supercup, and Jokubas Lukauskas will hold off Aidan Smith for his first podium as well. Well done to the Lithuanian, as Hwangmin Nguyen will just get Nick Tander there as well. Yeah, very, very interesting race. But yeah, that has been it then. I'm just going to skim through the race results quickly, as I do have to go for dinner in a bit. But yeah, Gabriel Gomez wins from Khalfan second, and Jokubas Lukauskas in 3rd. Smith will be 4th with Nguyen in 5th, and Tander in 6th, Brown in 7th. P8 is Chauchana, 9th is Tildesley, Gonzalez is 10th. Valak is 11th with Horigoma in 12th. Soki is 13th with Curtis in 14th. Then we have Luan and Nitsu 15th and 16th, and the final two cars will be Lawson and Russ. Right, thank you so much for watching the Porsche Supercup. It has been a very interesting race. Congratulations to Gabriel Gomez on his second race win, but driver of the day. And I will give it to Jokubas Lukauskas. I think he did very, very well defending his 3rd position from Aidan Smith the entire race. So yeah, deserving, and very, very good. A very good podium for Lukauskas. But yeah, that has been it. HRC will return this weekend for the Formula 2 and Formula 1 German Grand Prix at the same track, so make sure to not miss that. But until then, I have been Miran, and thank you.